Hello everyone, I'm here with Paul Kupperberg. Paul, how's the show treating you so far?
So far, so good. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's a great show. I've been coming to Terrificon since the beginning, and always happy to be here.
And one of the big themes this year was the 80th anniversary of Action Comics. What are your thoughts on just the longevity of Superman in Action Comics?
I'm not surprised about the longevity. I mean, Superman's my favorite character. Always has been since I'm a kid, and there's no reason he shouldn't go on forever, except for a few bad decisions DC's made along the way that could have killed it. But he still goes on, and I wrote a piece for the program book here about the anniversary celebrations of Superman over the years, and I point out at the end that I hope to be around for the 100th anniversary, which is a mere I think 2028 or something like that. So, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
And you mentioned almost killing off Superman, but one of the biggest storylines, and we kind of talked about it, mentioned in the panel yesterday, the deaths of Superman.
Right.
Now, what are your thoughts on why people still like that story? They just made the Blu-ray animated movie of it. They kind of referenced it in BVS. What are your thoughts on just the longevity of that story arc?
Well, it's become an iconic story, from that era of Superman. It's become kind of the defining story from that whole triangle era period of Superman, and it just endures. It had a lot to say about the character and about the characters around Superman and the other superheroes, and really did talk about what Superman meant to the world, even though they were showing the fictional world. It's still, Superman still means a lot of that same stuff to a lot of people. I discovered Superman in probably 1959, on television in black and white with George Reeves. So, that image has stuck with me my entire life.
Awesome. And you've also done some work on Supergirl. What was it like looking back, being able to work on Supergirl as well?
It was great. Supergirl actually was one of my favorite comic strips early on when I was a young fan and collector. It was actually, I collected Action Comics way back when, in the early 60s, when Supergirl, I collected it. I like Superman, I love Superman, but I mainly collected Action specifically for the backup, the Supergirl backup that Jim Mooney was drawing. And so I've loved the character since the beginning, and along comes 1981 or whatever it is, and I get asked to write the character. Yeah, no problem. So I've been fortunate. I wrote Supergirl, I wrote Superboy, lots of Superman. I even got to write the Superman syndicated newspaper strip for several years. So I've been deep in Superman.
And Paul, part of the panel yesterday, you brought up Superman's villains, and you mentioned how you loved Terra Man.
Right.
What about the character did you enjoy about him?
He's a cowboy with cosmic six guns. What's not to love? No, it's a fun, goofy character to write. The Western dialect is always, it was fun. It was something different. All the other characters are always so, bombastic or formal in their speech, and this guy just comes moseying in and he's talking like Clint Eastwood. So it was just fun. It was just fun.
And looking ahead, are there any other shows you're going to be attending?
I don't know what's coming up. Nothing for the next several months that I know of. But I don't talk much to me and to know what I'm doing. So it's hard to say.
Awesome, Paul. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.